Ahoy hoy, it's Michaela from Team Retro, where we like retro games and we like the devices that bring them to us. So today we're actually looking at a modern game, Pokemon Legends Arceus. I'm about 60 hours into this game, and I've actually gotten addicted to shiny hunting in this game, which is something that I've never done in a Pokemon game before because it's just always been an unreachable goal to me. I do have my fair share of shinies, but they're either from Pokemon Go events or complete random chance. So I'm actually in a position where I can make an all shiny balanced Pokemon team, which is something that I've never been able to do in the past, and I thought I would make a video sharing the methods that I use to not only capture the shiny Pokemon, but also how to level them up so that I can actually utilize them in the post game to complete the Pokedex. And hopefully this video will be helpful to anybody who is looking to do the same. So let's jump right in and let's get started. Before we even get started, you want to go into your game settings and you want to make sure that autosave is set to disabled. You want to do that before even attempting this technique. So we're going to start here in Jubilife Village and we're going to go out into the map. And you want to look for a Pokemon Outbreak. On my map here, there's an Outbreak of Paris in the Obsidian Fieldlands. So we're gonna head there. If by chance you don't have an Outbreak, then just go to any of the maps and come right back to Jubilife Village and it should reset the spawns. Pick the closest camp to where the spawn is, and you might want to go into the map and drop a pin as well so you can keep going back and forth. Once you spawn in camp and you have all the items you need, go ahead and save your game. That will lock in the spawns and give us a restore point. And let's head to the Outbreak and see what's there. Now, I'm in post game, but you can do this as early as when you get Weirdeer. But since I'm on Braviary, once I get to the spawn point, I like to set up a stealth spray. And I try to do that right before I land. I also like to bring smoke bombs with me because I really don't want to aggro the Pokemon that I am shiny hunting. Sometimes it's unavoidable though. So I also brought some sticky globs and some balls of mud with me, just in case these little bugs try to end my life. And you can use whatever Pokeballs you deem appropriate. In this case, I'm going to just use regular Ultra Balls. But you can also use Jet Balls if the terrain and the type of Pokemon allow for it. And just keep staying out of sight and keep catching Pokemon, and because it's an outbreak, new ones will spawn, and every time a new one spawns, you have an opportunity of getting a shiny. Now, I'm not going to bore you with numbers. There are plenty of YouTube videos out there that have exact stats. But I will tell you what in-game things you can do to increase your odds of getting a shiny Pokemon. If you have a level 10 research level on that Pokemon, it will increase your chances. If you have a perfect Pokedex page, which means you checked off every single thing you need to do for that Pokemon, that will increase your odds even more. And if you played the game long enough to get level 10 research for every single Pokemon, then you will get something called the Shiny Charm, and that will increase your odds even further. However, I can tell you that I've done neither of those things for several of the shiny Pokemon that I have captured, and the most time I probably spent until a shiny spawned was about 3 hours of actual gameplay time. Alright, so I've caught all the Paris here, and I don't believe that I got a shiny, but I aggroed a couple of them and I got scared, so I wasn't exactly looking for sparkles. So we're just going to go back to camp really quick and check storage just to make sure. And sure enough, no shinies here. So we're actually going to press the home button to go back to the Switch's home menu, and we are going to force quit out of the game and reboot. And once you boot the game back up, you'll be back to that save that we dropped right before we went to the outbreak. So let's actually go back to the village. And you can do that just by talking to Professor Laventon and selecting Return to the Village. And the second we end up back at the village, we're just going to head right back out again. And in most cases, the outbreak will still be there, and we could just head back to the closest camp. And we're going to do this one more time, except this time I'm going to have each step on the screen. So step 1, first thing, save your game. Step 2, head to the outbreak. Step 3, catch the Pokemon and check for shinies. And I'm just going to speed this part up because those Paras are darn aggressive. Now step 4 is optional, but I like to go back to the camp and check storage just to make sure that I didn't miss the sparkle. Now, step 5, if there are no shinies, you're just going to go back to the home menu and force quit out of the game. Obviously, if you did catch a shiny Pokemon, you'll want to save your game, and you'll probably want to save it 10 times like I do when I finally get the shiny. Step 6, once the game boots back up, you're going to return to Jubilife Village. Step 7, you're going to check to make sure that the outbreak is still there. Now, in this case, you'll notice the outbreak has changed, and I'm actually really glad that happened because now I can show you if the outbreak changes, just quit out and go back in. And here on the second reboot, that Paris outbreak is back, so we're just going to go ahead and go back to camp. And then finally, you're going to repeat steps 1 through 7 until you get the shiny Pokemon. Now, I was at it for about an hour recording footage and wasn't able to actually get the shiny Paris, so I didn't want you to think that I was blowing smoke in this video. So what I did was I went into my Switch captures and I was able to get footage on some of the shinies that I was actually able to catch using this method. So now that I have enough shinies to build a shiny team, I'm going to show you how I'm leveling them up. We're going to do this in the Obsidian Fieldlands. And it's a pretty straightforward method. You can do this while watching something on TV and playing in handheld mode. You don't really have to pay a lot of attention to it. And it's also an opportunity to build resources as well as get a little bit of money. So all the way on the right of the Obsidian Fieldlands, there are the Obsidian Falls, and we're gonna head to the cliffs just near there. I'm in the post game, so I'm using Braviary to just fly there. If you don't have Braviary yet, you're going to need at least Basculegion and Sneasler. And over on the cliffs right at the top of the falls, there is an Alpha Blissey. And defeating this Blissey does give a ton of experience, but it's very high level, so you're probably going to want to bring a fighting Pokemon with you. In this case, I'm using an Alpha Infernape. I actually named him Julius, and the shiny Chimchar that I caught earlier in this video, I named him Caesar. If you're a fan of either Shakespeare or Planet of the Apes, you will appreciate both of those nicknames. And in this battle, I'm using Agile moves and Flare Blitz only because I'm trying to get a perfect Pokedex entry for Infernape so I can hunt an Alpha Shiny later on. But really, if you just want to take down this Blissey really quick, just use a fighting move like Close Combat and you'll be good to go. And as soon as I defeat it, you'll see it actually lands a good amount of experience, between 4,000 and 8,000 for each Pokemon in your team. And it also has a chance of dropping Experience Candy Large and Seeds of Mastery. And the area around where the Blissey is has medicinal leeks and 2 mining nodes that you can use to farm iron chunks and sky tumblestones, as well as the black hard tumblestones that are used for the gigaton balls. And you'll also have a chance of finding Happiny and Chansey up in this area as well. There's even an Oran and a citrus berry tree and a Vivichoke nearby. Once you've taken out the Blissey and farmed to your heart's content, you could head back to the nearest camp and go ahead and bounce yourself back to Jubilife Village. And once you're back in the village, go ahead, head back out, and go back to the Obsidian Fieldlands, go back to the Heights camp because it's the closest, and just go ahead and take out that Alpha Blissey again, and keep repeating this over and over again until your team is leveled up to where you want it to be. Just keep in mind this will still take some time. This isn't a magic auto level 100 trick like in Pokemon Alpha Sapphire or Omega Ruby where you could just use the Blissey bases. But it is currently the best source of experience that we have in this game, at least at time of recording. So grab your Switch, put it in handheld mode, or if you have a Switch Lite, just grab the Switch Lite because it's only handheld mode, and put on your favorite Netflix show, and just go ahead and get to leveling. Alright, that'll wrap things up for this video. Let me know your thoughts and questions in the comments below. Hopefully you are enjoying this game as much as I am, and hopefully this video helped you on your journey to complete the Pokedex. And please feel free to continue the conversation by joining the Budget Aquaman Discord. I'll leave a link in the video description so you can join. And there's also one more week left in my 500 subscriber giveaway. I gave details about that in my last video, but I'll leave a link in the video description here as well in case you haven't signed up yet and you would like to sign up. Just keep in mind I am only shipping within the US. Again, thanks for watching, and if this video was helpful to you in any way, please be sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, bye for now, and don't stop believing.